So as always, we always start off with Colossians 3 and 17, giving all praise and glory to the Most High Power, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. His glorious name is to be praised. Colossians 3 and 17. And whatsoever you do in word or deed, whatever you say, whatever you do all by Hashem Mashiach Yahushua. Giving thanks to the Most High and the Father by Hashem Mashiach Yahushua. That's how we give thanks to the Most High by Him. And without Him we could do nothing. So giving all glory and praise to the Most High power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, we're going to continue to look into the Holy Spirit, or the true Spirit of the Most High. It's very important. Oh yeah, the Spirit is still moving. It haven't stopped. Let's look at Revelations 3 and 14. We'll get some understanding here. Now this is Mashiach Yahushua, when He was first created. And unto the angel of the church of the Laodiceans, write, these things said the Hallelujah, the faithful and true witness, the beginning of the creation of the Most High. So, Mashiach Yahushua is the beginning of the creation of the Most High. Okay? So now, when you look at, go to the beginning of the Bible, the very first verse. The very, very first verse of the Bible. It says, in the beginning. So there's nothing before the beginning. You see? It says, in the beginning. In the Hebrew it says, Allahayim. Here they put God, which is a European invention. Just like Lord is a European invention. Dog is nothing but, God is just dog spelled backwards. You see? They took dog and they took that word and turned it around and made the word God. And everybody's calling on God, which Mashiach Yahushua said as King David prophesied, he would say in Psalm 22 and 16, for dogs have compassed me, the assembly of the wicked have enclosed me. They pierced my hands and my feet. So, in the beginning, in the Hebrew says Allahayim, which means the powers created the heaven and the earth. See? And so when you look at this, since we're dealing with the Spirit, when we understand it says, in the beginning, Allahayim created the heavens and the earth. So, how did this happen? When you look at verse 2, it says, and the earth was without form and void, meaning there was nothing, as you can see, as an earth. And darkness was upon the face of the deep, the waters. And the Spirit of the Most High moved upon the face of the waters. See? The Spirit. So now when you look at Spirit, you say, well, Spirit, what is Spirit? Okay, so let's look at Psalms 104 and 4. That's why I say you have to be spiritual, think spiritual, hopefully, to be able to understand the deep mysteries of this Bible. So Psalms 104 and 4 says, who maketh his angels spirits, his ministers a flaming fire. So the Spirit of the Most High is an angel of the Most High. You see? So now, remember, the Most High created who first? Mashiach Yahushua. The first creation of the Most High, right? So now we hear in verse 2 of Genesis, the first chapter says, and the earth was without form and void, and darkness was upon the face of the deep, and the Spirit of the Most High moved upon the face of the waters. Okay? So now, when you look at Ephesians 3 and 9, you gotta look at this Spirit. Who is the Spirit? Ephesians 3 and 9, it says, and to make all men see what is the fellowship of the mystery. A mystery is something that's unknown, which from the beginning, that's what we went to, In the beginning, without a shadow of a doubt, of the world, before the earth was created, have been hid in the Most High. It's been hid in the Most High, who created all things by Mashiach Yahushua. So if he created all things by Mashiach Yahushua, the Spirit of the Most High that moved upon the waters of the deep to create everything from the waters, this had to be a Mashiach Yahushua. Not only that, it tells you that also in John 1:1. In the beginning, we have to begin again, right? Genesis 1:1 says, in the beginning. So in the beginning was the Word. And the Word was with the Most High. And the Word was Mashiach Yahushua, who they translated and put God here, because he is God, but he's not the ultimate God. He's not the Most High. You see? So it says, it just means power. Listen, the same was in the beginning with the Most High. See? All things were made by him. You hear this? Again, all things were made by the Spirit of the Most High, Mashiach Yahushua. The angel of the Most High, Mashiach Yahushua. Where is he at? In the very beginning. And without him was not anything made that was made. See? So now when you go to Colossians 1, we're going to start at verse 14. Colossians 1:14. It says, in whom we have redemption through his blood, the Israelites, when you read Acts 5:31. Even the forgiveness of sins, you see, who is the image of the invisible power. The same, like the Father, like Son. He followed the words of the Most High. He done the things that he's seen the Father do. The firstborn of every creature. That's why we went to Revelation 3:14. Validate that he's the firstborn of every creature that was created. Most High created him first, and he created Mashiach Yahushua through the power of the Most High, created everything else. That's what we're going to read here. Once again, for the third time, or for the fourth time. For by him were all things created. You see? For by him, or Mashiach Yahushua, were all things created that are in heaven and that are in earth, visible and invisible. So there are things that are created through the Most High, through a Mashiach Yahushua, that are visible, meaning it's tangible, you can see, and things that are invisible. Keep this in mind, because it's most likely going to be revealing these things in these last days. Invisible things, it's going to be doing things, and you're going to be flipping out. People are going to be flipping out, losing their life behind what it is that we're reading here, visible and invisible, that the Most High created through a Mashiach Yahushua. It says, whether there be thrones or dominions or principalities or powers, all things were created by him and for him. And he is before all things. That's why I read it to you in Revelation 3:14. And by him all things consist. You see? So now, going back to Genesis 1:1 and Genesis 1:2. You see here, it says, in the beginning. That's what we're going to give you an understanding on what was written already. In the beginning, the Most High created the heaven and the earth. And the earth was without form and void, and darkness was upon the face of the deep. And the Spirit of the Most High moved upon the face of the waters. This is what happened. So let's look at Psalms 104. Psalms 104 and 30. Psalms 104 and 30. Thou sendest forth thy Spirit. So the Most High sent forth his Spirit, they are created. And thou reneweth the face of the earth. That's how everyone comes into being. The Most High sends forth his Spirit. They are created. And thou renewest the face of the earth. That's who everyone. So let's go to Exodus, the 7th chapter. Exodus 7 and 19. Exodus 7 and 19. And the Most High spake unto Moses, saying unto Aaron, through the angel. Let's get that. So you understand the Most High speaking to Moses through the angel. Go to Exodus 3 and 2. And the angel of the Most High appeared unto him in a flame of fire out of the midst of a bush. See? So who's speaking to Moses? An angel or a spirit. You see? But see, if you don't put a Mashiach Yahushua still here in the book of Exodus, where was he at? He was there in Genesis, right? In the beginning, the Most High created the heaven and earth. How you do it? We just read through a Mashiach Yahushua. So he's there. But when you look at people, they exclude him here. We in Exodus. Here he is here. Only he's a spirit. He's an angel. It says in Exodus 7 and 19, and the Most High spake to Moses through the angel, through the spirit, saying to Aaron, take thy rod and stretch out thine hand upon the waters of Egypt, upon their streams, upon their rivers, and upon their ponds, and upon all the pools of water, that they may become blood, and that there may be blood throughout all the land of Egypt, both in vessels of wood and in vessels of stone. Now, this is a decree the Most High sent out when we was in captivity in Egypt to harden Pharaoh's heart, his mind. You see, a lot of people don't realize the mind is the heart. When they say heart, the heart is the mind. And you prove that in, I believe it's Mark, the 7th chapter, 21st verse. A lot of people say follow your heart, and it's not right. Follow your mind. You better follow your mind according to these